As the year comes to an end and we stand at the edge of something new, there's a quiet power in this moment. A new year brings a chance for renewal, a chance to begin again, to rise above the old version of ourselves that we have carried for far too long. It is more than just the ticking of the clock or the turning of a page. It is a doorway, one that leads us to a new path, a new way of thinking, and ultimately a new way of living. The real question is, are you ready to walk through it? The truth is, everything we desire begins within us. If we are to experience change in our lives, we must first be willing to change ourselves. Life reflects back to us who we are, what we believe, and what we consistently think. For far too long, many of us have clung to old ways of being, doubting ourselves, feeling limited, and living as if our dreams are too far away to grasp. But this moment is asking you to stop, to pause, and to listen. It is asking you to recognize that you have the power to shift everything about your life. It begins with a decision. It begins with the choice to let go of everything that no longer serves you. Think about it for a moment. What parts of yourself are you ready to leave behind? What doubts, fears, or limiting beliefs are holding you hostage? You cannot walk into a new year carrying the same baggage you carried before and expect to arrive somewhere new. If you want this year to be different, then you must become different. The version of yourself who doubts, who hesitates, who settles, that version has no place in the future you desire. This is your chance to release that person, to let go of who you were and step fully into who you are meant to be. Transformation is not something that happens to you. It is something you create. It happens when you decide to see yourself as worthy of the life you want. It happens when you stop waiting for permission or circumstances to change, and instead, you choose to believe in yourself. To create a life that feels aligned with your dreams, you must first see yourself living that life. You must feel it as if it were already real. You must know deep down that you are capable of having it. Everything begins in your mind. If you can see it, you can create it. If you can feel it, you can experience it. There is no force outside of you that is keeping you from the life you desire, only the thoughts and beliefs that you hold within yourself. So ask yourself, what do you truly want? What does the life you dream of look like? And more importantly, who must you become to live that life? When you begin to see yourself as the person who already has what you desire, you step into alignment with it. You create a shift, and the world around you begins to reflect that change. This moment is asking you to imagine bigger, to think greater, and to believe that you are capable of achieving all that you desire. You must learn to embody the feeling of success, the feeling of love, the feeling of peace, or whatever it is that you seek. And begin to live as if it is already done, because in truth it is. Your dreams are not something that lie far off in the distance. They exist right now within you. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is your willingness to claim it. Let this be the year that you decide to stop living in the past. Let this be the year you release the weight of what no longer belongs to you. Your fears, your doubts, your hesitation, those things have no place in the life you are stepping into. You are not bound by what has been. You are not limited by your past. The only limits that exist are the ones you allow yourself to believe. Once you recognize this, everything changes. You begin to realize that the power has always been within you. It is easy to look at the challenges of life and believe that change is hard. It is easy to fall into patterns of waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect conditions. But the truth is, the perfect moment does not exist. There will never be a time when everything is exactly as you think it should be. Change begins the moment you decide. It begins the moment you stop waiting and start acting. It begins when you choose to let go of excuses, of hesitation, of doubt. This is not about wishing for something to happen. This is about choosing to believe that it already has. The path forward is clear. It is up to you to decide what kind of life you want to live. It is up to you to believe in your ability to create that life. You are more powerful than you realize. Every thought, every belief, every action you take is shaping your future. You cannot afford to let another year pass by living in the shadows of your fears. You cannot afford to keep playing small, to keep living in doubt, or to keep settling for less than what you deserve. This is your chance to rise. This is your chance to step into the version of yourself who is capable of achieving everything you desire. It is already within you, waiting to be claimed. But it is up to you to decide. Will you let go of the old version of yourself, the one who held on to fear, doubt, and hesitation? Or will you embrace the version of yourself who is powerful, capable, and unstoppable? The choice is yours. The new year has arrived. The opportunity is here. All you have to do is take it. As we stand at the doorway of a new beginning, the opportunity to create a life of greater purpose, fulfillment, and success is within your reach. Everything you wish to experience, everything you want to become, and every dream you hope to fulfill begins with one thing: the power of your imagination. It is the single most extraordinary tool you possess, and it has the ability to transform your life in ways you may never have believed possible. Imagination is not just a fleeting thought or a child's game. It is the foundation upon which your reality is built. What you consistently imagine, what you allow yourself to believe and feel, shapes your experiences and determines the life you live. Most people walk through life allowing the external world to dictate their thoughts, their emotions, and their beliefs. They react to their circumstances instead of creating their circumstances. But the truth is that everything begins within you. Your imagination holds the key to changing your world. If you can see it in your mind, you can create it in your life. If you can feel it within, it can become your reality. Too often we underestimate the power that we hold within us. We dismiss our dreams as unrealistic or impossible because we've been conditioned to focus on limitations instead of possibilities. We've been taught to look at what is and to accept it as permanent. But what is real today is simply the result of what you believed and imagined yesterday. Your current circumstances are not fixed. They are reflections of your past thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. And just as you created your current reality, you have the power to imagine and create something entirely new. Imagination is where all transformation begins. It is the birthplace of every success, every breakthrough, and every achievement. Every great invention, every life-changing idea, and every remarkable accomplishment began as a thought in someone's mind. It was imagined first before it was brought into the physical world. Think about that for a moment. Everything you see around you, the buildings, the technology, the art, the music, once existed only in someone's imagination. If that's true for them, why not for you? If they could imagine their dreams into reality, so can you. When you allow yourself to dream, to see beyond your current circumstances, and to imagine something greater, you begin to activate a new reality. The power is not in wishing or hoping for something to happen, but in fully embracing the vision of what you want and living as if it has already been achieved. This is where imagination becomes more than just a thought. It becomes a force that shapes your beliefs, your actions, and ultimately your life. The key is to feel your vision as real, to let it take root within you, and to act in alignment with it every day. There is nothing you cannot accomplish when you tap into the power of your imagination. The only limits that exist are the ones you impose upon yourself. When you think small, you create small. When you focus on lack, you attract more lack. But when you allow yourself to think bigger, when you imagine success, love, abundance, and joy, you begin to open the doors for those things to flow into your life. Imagination doesn't require proof or evidence, it requires faith. It requires you to trust in the unseen, to trust in the possibilities that exist beyond what your eyes can see. Most people live their lives in cycles, repeating the same patterns year after year because they are imagining the same outcomes. They allow their fears and doubts to dominate their thoughts, and as a result, they recreate the very circumstances they wish to escape. But this doesn't have to be your story. You can break free from those cycles. You can create something entirely new by daring to imagine a different outcome. What would your life look like if you let go of fear and allowed yourself to dream freely? What could you create if you believed without a shadow of a doubt that what you imagined was already yours? Your imagination is a gift, and it is one of the most powerful tools you will ever possess. It allows you to see beyond your current limitations, to step into a future that excites and inspires you. But it is up to you to use it. It is up to you to direct your thoughts toward what you want, instead of what you fear. It is up to you to nurture the vision of your dream life and to hold on to it, no matter what your current reality looks like. In every moment, you have a choice. You can allow your imagination to work against you, replaying the past, feeding your doubts, and reinforcing your fears. Or you can allow it to work for you, building a vision of success, joy, abundance, and fulfillment. The choice is yours. What you focus on expands, and what you imagine becomes your reality. There is no dream too big, no goal too ambitious, and no vision too far-fetched. If you can see it, you can create it. The only thing standing in your way is the belief that you cannot. But the moment you begin to trust in the power of your imagination, the moment you allow yourself to dream boldly and to feel the reality of those dreams, everything begins to shift. Your mind is a canvas, and your imagination is the paintbrush. With every thought, you are creating your future. With every belief, you are shaping your reality. It doesn't matter where you are right now or what your past looks like, you have the power to imagine a new path forward. Allow yourself to dream. Allow yourself to believe. And allow yourself to use the extraordinary power within you to create the life you truly desire. There comes a time when you must decide to let go of everything that has held you back, everything that has kept you small, and everything that has limited the life you are capable of living. The old limitations, those beliefs, doubts, and fears are not permanent, though they may have felt that way for far too long. They are the result of past conditioning, experiences, and repeated thoughts, but none of them have the power to define you unless you continue to give them permission to do so. The life you want to create requires you to release those old limitations and step into the truth of who you are. It is a process of letting go, a process of clearing away everything that no longer serves you, so you can make space for something greater. For most people, limitations begin in the mind. Over time, beliefs are formed, and without questioning them, they become invisible walls that shape the way you see yourself, the way you behave, and the way you live. Perhaps you've been told that success is for other people, that certain dreams are unrealistic, or that you are not capable of achieving more. Perhaps life has taught you to expect less, to settle, or to stop reaching for what you truly desire. These beliefs can become so deeply ingrained that you begin to accept them as reality, as though they are unchangeable facts. But they are not. They are simply thoughts you have carried, thoughts you can let go of. The first step in releasing old limitations is recognizing that they exist. When you examine your thoughts, your habits, and your patterns, you begin to see where those invisible walls have been built. Ask yourself, what beliefs have I accepted as true? Where in my life have I allowed doubt, fear, or past experiences to hold me back? Where have I chosen comfort over growth, safety over possibility, or familiarity over my dreams? These questions allow you to shine a light on the places where you are still carrying limitations, and awareness is the key to change. You cannot let go of what you refuse to see. Once you become aware of the limitations you have been carrying, you realize that you have the power to release them. You do not have to be a prisoner of your past. You do not have to live the same patterns over and over again simply because you have done so before. At any moment, you can choose to let go of what no longer serves you. You can choose to question the beliefs that have held you back and replace them with new thoughts that empower you. Instead of telling yourself that you can't, you can begin to tell yourself that you can. Instead of focusing on what has been, you can focus on what is possible. Letting go of old limitations also means letting go of the stories you have been telling yourself about who you are and what you are capable of. If you have been living with an identity that says, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, or I'm not lucky enough, it is time to release those lies. You are far greater than any story you have been telling yourself. You are capable of more than you can imagine, but you will never see it if you continue to define yourself by your past. The truth is that you are not your failures, your struggles, or your mistakes. You are not your fears or your doubts. You are far more powerful. And the moment you decide to let go of those limitations, you will begin to step into that power. To release old limitations, you must also learn to let go of fear. Fear is often what keeps people stuck. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. But fear is only a product of your mind. It is not real unless you allow it to be. When you face your fears head-on, when you refuse to let them dictate your choices, they lose their power over you. Letting go of fear does not mean you will never feel it again. It means you no longer let it control you. You move forward in spite of it, knowing that what lies on the other side of fear is far greater than the comfort of staying where you are. The process of letting go of old limitations is not always easy, but it is necessary. It requires courage, honesty, and a willingness to believe in yourself. It requires you to break free from the patterns that have kept you small and to step into the unknown with faith. But as you let go of what has been holding you back, you will begin to see that there is nothing truly standing in your way. The walls you thought were there were never real. They were only the product of your thoughts and beliefs, and now that you have chosen to release them, you are free to move forward. When you let go of old limitations, you create space for something new. You begin to see yourself and your life with fresh eyes. You begin to imagine possibilities where you once saw obstacles. You begin to believe in your potential instead of your limitations. This shift in perspective changes everything. The energy you carry, the way you show up in the world, and the actions you take all begin to align with the life you truly want to create. There is no limit to what you can achieve when you release the thoughts and beliefs that have been holding you back. The only limits that exist are the ones you continue to accept, and you do not have to accept them any longer. You can let them go. You can choose to believe in yourself, to trust in your potential, and to take steps toward the life you desire. The power to create that life is within you, and it always has been. Let go of what no longer serves you, and watch as the life you were meant to live begins to unfold. There comes a moment in life when you must decide to step into the fullness of who you are. The potential within you is limitless, yet for many it remains dormant, buried beneath self-doubt, fear, and the weight of past experiences. To step into your full potential means recognizing that you are far greater than the limits you have placed upon yourself. It requires you to look beyond what you have been told you can do, or what you have believed is possible for you. It means breaking free from the confines of the familiar and embracing a version of yourself that is powerful, capable, and unstoppable. Too often people live their lives confined by their own thoughts, trapped in patterns that keep them small. They settle for less because they believe they are unworthy of more. They shy away from challenges because they fear failure, and they silence their dreams because they seem too big to achieve. These limitations are not real, they are only stories created in the mind. The truth is that you have everything within you to become the person you are meant to be. You were not born to be average or to live a life that feels unfulfilled. You were born with talents, gifts, and abilities that are uniquely yours, and it is your responsibility to bring them to life. Stepping into your full potential requires you to first believe in yourself. Without belief, nothing can change. If you do not believe that you are capable, worthy, or ready, you will continue to hold yourself back. The mind is powerful, and whatever you accept as true will become your reality. If you tell yourself that you are limited, you will see those limits reflected back to you in your life. But the moment you shift your belief, the moment you begin to see yourself as someone who is powerful and capable of achieving greatness, Your entire world begins to change. To reach your full potential, you must be willing to let go of the version of yourself that has kept you small. This means leaving behind old habits, negative thought patterns, and self-imposed limitations that no longer serve you. It means challenging the voice in your head that tells you you can't and replacing it with one that says you will. It means taking ownership of your life and understanding that the only person who can hold you back is you. When you stop blaming external circumstances or other people for where you are, you reclaim your power. You realize that you are in control, and you can choose to create a life that aligns with your true potential. Stepping into your full potential also means embracing discomfort. Growth does not happen within the walls of comfort and familiarity. It happens when you push yourself beyond what feels safe and take steps into the unknown. This is where you discover what you are truly capable of. Every challenge, every obstacle, and every failure is an opportunity for growth. Instead of fearing them, you must embrace them as stepping stones on your journey. Each experience brings you closer to the best version of yourself, the one who is strong, resilient, and unwavering in their pursuit of greatness. You must also commit to taking consistent action toward the life you want. Potential is not something you wait for. It is something you step into every day through your choices, actions, and mindset. It does not matter how small the steps may seem. What matters is that you keep moving forward. With every action you take, you build momentum. You begin to see progress, and that progress fuels your belief in yourself. Over time, what once seemed impossible begins to feel inevitable. To step into your full potential, you must surround yourself with people, ideas, and environments that support your growth. Your potential cannot thrive in negativity or limitation. You need to align yourself with those who inspire you, challenge you, and encourage you to dream bigger. Surround yourself with individuals who see the greatness within you, even when you cannot see it for yourself. Find mentors, read books, and immerse yourself in anything that expands your mind and pushes you to grow. It is also important to take time to reflect on your progress and celebrate how far you have come. Too often, people focus only on how much further they have to go, and they fail to acknowledge the growth that has already taken place. Every step forward, no matter how small, is evidence that you are stepping into your potential. It is a sign that you are breaking free from the limits that once held you back and moving closer to the life you were meant to live. There is no greater feeling than becoming the person you know you were always meant to be. When you step into your full potential, you begin to live life on a different level. You wake up with purpose, energy, and excitement for what lies ahead. You no longer settle for mediocrity, because you know you are capable of so much more. You begin to see possibilities where others see obstacles, and you begin to trust in your ability to overcome whatever challenges come your way. This journey requires courage, persistence, and unwavering belief in yourself, but the rewards are beyond measure. You will discover strengths you never knew you had. You will achieve things you once thought were out of reach. And you will look back on your life with pride, knowing that you gave it everything you had. You are capable of far more than you realize, and the moment you choose to step into your full potential is the moment you begin to transform your life. Every day is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to move closer to the life you desire. The only thing standing between you and your potential is the choice to step into it. As you stand on the threshold of a new beginning, there is a truth that cannot be denied. You are the creator of your world. Whether or not you have realized it, everything you see, everything you experience, and everything that surrounds you has been shaped by the thoughts you hold, the beliefs you carry, and the choices you have made. The world you live in is not something that happens to you. It is something that responds to you. It reflects back to you what you believe, how you feel, and what you consistently think. You are not at the mercy of circumstances, and you are not bound by the conditions of your life. The power to create, to shift, to transform everything around you begins within you. There are many who go through life feeling powerless. They believe that the things happening outside of them are the people, Events, circumstances are the reason for their struggles, their unhappiness, and their limitations. They look at their lives as though they are victims of chance, waiting for something external to change so they can finally feel free, happy, or fulfilled. But the truth is far greater than that. You are not a passive participant in your life. You are the one who has been shaping it all along, whether consciously or unconsciously. The life you live today is a result of the thoughts you have held and the choices you have made in the past. And just as you created this version of your life, you have the power to create something entirely new. Your thoughts are not just passing ideas, they are the seeds of your reality. Every thought you think carries energy, and that energy ripples out into your life, shaping what you experience. If you think thoughts of doubt, lack, or fear, you will see those very things reflected back to you in your circumstances. If you think thoughts of possibility, abundance, and success, you open the door for those experiences to enter your life. What you focus on grows, and what you believe becomes real. This is why it is so important to become aware of your thoughts and to take ownership of them. You are the creator of your world, and your world will always reflect what you hold within. There is a moment in every person's life when they are faced with a choice. The choice to continue living as though life is happening to them, or to step into their true power and take responsibility for creating the life they desire. That choice begins with understanding the incredible power you hold within you. You have the ability to direct your thoughts, to shift your beliefs, and to align your actions with the life you want to live. You are not stuck. You are not powerless. The world around you is simply reflecting back to you the story you have been telling yourself. If you want to change your life, you must begin by changing that story. Think for a moment about the life you truly desire. What would it look like? How would you feel living it? What kind of person would you become? Now look at where you are today and ask yourself, what thoughts and beliefs have brought me here? Are they serving me? Are they aligned with the future I want to create? If the answer is no, then this is your moment to take back control. This is your opportunity to recognize that you are the creator of your world and to begin shaping it in a way that aligns with your dreams. Taking responsibility for your life is not about blaming yourself for the struggles or challenges you may have faced. It is about recognizing that you have the power to rise above them. It is about understanding that you are not defined by your past, your circumstances, or the opinions of others. You are defined by the choices you make in this moment. And right now you can choose to think differently, to believe differently, and to act differently. You can choose to let go of the limitations that have held you back and to step into a new reality, one where you are in control, where you are capable, and where you are free to create the life you want. This is not about forcing things to happen or struggling to make changes. It is about aligning yourself with the life you want to live. It is about seeing yourself as the person you wish to become and acting as though it is already so. When you begin to shift your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions to match the life you desire, the world around you begins to respond in kind. Opportunities appear, doors open, circumstances shift, and what once seemed impossible begins to feel inevitable. Everything you need to create the life you desire is already within you. You do not need to wait for permission, and you do not need to wait for circumstances to change. You have the power to begin right now, in this moment, by deciding to take ownership of your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions. You are the creator of your world, and every day is an opportunity to create something new. Your life is a reflection of you, of what you think, of what you believe, and of what you feel. If you want to see something different in your world, then you must first become something different within yourself. You must think thoughts that align with the life you want. You must believe in your ability to achieve it. And you must act as though it is already yours. When you do this, the world will begin to reflect back to you the incredible power you have always held. Do not wait for the world to change. Do not wait for circumstances to be perfect. The power to create the life you desire begins with you. The moment you recognize that you are the creator of your world is the moment everything begins to change. The life you want is waiting for you to claim it. And you have everything you need to do so. The question is not whether you have the power. The question is whether you will choose to use it. Everything you desire, everything you dream of, begins with a single thought. But for that thought to take shape in your life, it cannot remain as just a wish or a passing hope. You must live as though it has already come to pass. You must embody the feeling of your desire being fulfilled in the present moment. Not someday, not in the future, but right here and now. This is the key that unlocks the life you truly want. It requires you to go beyond wanting and hoping and instead align yourself completely, your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, and your actions with the reality of your wish already being true. Most people live their lives from a place of longing, of waiting for something to change before they allow themselves to feel happy, fulfilled, or successful. They look at their lives as they are and decide that they cannot feel the joy of their dreams until those dreams appear in the physical world. But this is where so many go wrong. Life is not created from the outside in, it is created from the inside out. The feeling of having what you desire must come first. You must carry that feeling within you, no matter what the external world looks like. You must become the person who already has it, who already lives it, who already knows that it is real. To live the wish fulfilled means to step fully into the life you want before it has even appeared. It means imagining yourself living that reality, feeling the emotions that come with it, and acting in alignment with it. It is not a game of pretending or ignoring your current circumstances. It is an act of faith and a shift in identity. You are no longer someone who is striving, waiting, or doubting. You become the version of yourself who already has what you desire. You think like them. You speak like them. You carry yourself with the certainty and confidence of someone who knows their dream is already theirs. When you embody the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you begin to align yourself with the life you want to live. This alignment is powerful because it shifts your energy, your beliefs, and the way you show up in the world. Instead of operating from lack, you operate from abundance. Instead of focusing on what is missing, you focus on what is already yours in your imagination. And the world begins to respond to that shift. Doors that were once closed begin to open. Opportunities that seemed out of reach begin to appear. People and events align in ways that defy logic, all because you chose to live as though your wish were already fulfilled. It is not enough to simply think about your desire or to daydream about it occasionally. You must bring it to life within yourself every day. Take time to close your eyes and see it clearly. Imagine yourself living the reality you desire. How does it feel? What do you see? Who are you in this version of your life? Let those feelings fill you completely. Let the joy, the success, the love, or the peace that you seek become real within you. The more you feel it, the more natural it becomes. Over time, you will begin to carry this feeling with you effortlessly, as if it were already true, because in your mind it is. The greatest mistake people make is allowing their current circumstances to dictate their thoughts and feelings. They see lack, and so they feel lack. They see obstacles, and so they feel defeated. But when you live the wish fulfilled, you rise above your current circumstances. You no longer allow what is to determine what will be. Instead, you let your imagination, your belief, and your emotions shape your reality. You are no longer waiting for life to change. You are becoming the change. You are stepping into the life you want and living from that place now. This requires discipline and commitment because the world will continue to show you reflections of your past thoughts and beliefs. But no matter what you see, you must remain steadfast in the feeling of your wish being fulfilled. Do not waver. Do not look for evidence in the outer world before you believe it within yourself. The evidence will come, but only after you have done the inner work. You must trust in the process, trust in yourself, and trust that the life you want is already yours. When you live in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you become a magnet for the things you desire. Your energy shifts, your actions change, and the world around you begins to reflect this new state of being. You no longer chase after your dreams, you attract them to you because you have become the person who already has them. This is not about forcing or struggling to make things happen. It is about aligning yourself so completely with your desire that it becomes inevitable. Think of it like planting a seed. When you plant the seed of your wish fulfilled within yourself, you do not dig it up every day to see if it is growing. You water it with your thoughts, nurture it with your belief, and allow it to grow in its own time. You know that the seed will become a tree because you have already imagined it. You have already seen it in your mind, and you trust in its unfolding. The same is true for your desires. Once you live in the feeling of them being fulfilled, they will manifest in ways that are natural and effortless. You are the creator of your life, and the power to bring your dreams into reality lies within you. Living the wish fulfilled is the bridge that takes you from where you are to where you want to be. It begins with the choice to see yourself as already having what you desire, the choice to feel it as real, and the choice to live from that place every single day. The more you commit to this, the more your external world will begin to mirror what you have imagined. All that is required is your willingness to believe, to feel, and to embody the reality of your dreams as though they are already here.